Morning, everybody. Welcome to
Rewind.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to Lock Pod. We're the Midwest's most dangerous podcast.
That intro came quick.
My tongue isn't working.
Get that tongue twisting.
Yeah. We're getting shit on by Canada today and where we live. How about you guys? Like, literally, I pulled up my weather map because I thought it was... Oh, morning, Jill.
Hey.
How's it going?
Can I say one thing before we start? We have a reason to give the golf bag away. If you can come up with
like ADD boy, isn't he?
That's you. Because I said I was going to start with this, and
Fine,
you just
Kevin,
went right
we're
into
done
your
with
map.
I was saying good morning to everybody.
Oh, good morning, Jill.
That's too late, Kevin.
Kevin ruined. I said good morning, Jill. Kevin's like, wait, I got some
I was-
important
Fuck
shit
her,
about a
let's talk
golf
about
bag.
this golf
See,
bag
you're
we've
right.
had
I do
for
have
4
ADD
months.
because I
Golf
didn't even
bag's
hear
been in
that.
here for 4 months.
I didn't even hear that. I just heard you going to the map.
Good morning, Jill. Hold on.
Don't say good morning to
She's
her
not
yet.
important. Let's talk about this golf bag.
This golf bag
my
that has been in here
God.
for 4 months is vitally important right now.
I'm sorry, Jill. I thought I was just interrupting Tom from going off script, but
I was making love to Jill verbally this morning.
I apologize.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
First,
I'm here for it.
first that you stand her up
Dude,
on the first date.
Marissa's out of town again. Every time Marissa leaves town,
Feels
Jill
like
and I
a
flirt.
pattern.
I know, right?
Yeah, this is all. It's all happening online.
have a
Then
new-
Jill and I flirt
Right here on the
whenever.
internet.
Yeah,
I do.
I don't.
Do
tell
I have
her.
to call you mayor if we go out?
Oh.
Yeah, you do.
Do you have
to wear your
mayor
It's a
top
weird
hat?
kink I have.
It's
Yeah,
a kink, huh?
yeah, it's a weird kink. Yeah, Marissa and I call each other by our titles.
That's funny.
Does she make you wear the mayor's sash that you wear on
I do.
209?
I do. And I have to
With
call
the
her Your Honor.
sleeveless T-shirt.
It's weird that she wears that robe everywhere. People look at us funny. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Morning, Jill.
Hey.
Morning, John.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Kevin wants to talk about a golf bag.
Do you see how
It's like fucking
do you
killing
see how
him.
I shut up this time?
It's killing him. He wants
Before-
to.
yeah.
God damn! I want to talk about this golf bag.
Don't
Right.
greet the crew.
Morning, Kevin. How's it going?
Good morning, Mayor.
Welcome to Lock Pod.
Good morning, Locomotive.
Yeah.
Jill,
do you have
got a
anything
new
on your
hair?
mind?
Did you dye your hair? Did you?
I got rid of the grays.
Nothing.
Did you?
You did. Yeah.
I
Looks.
did.
She got a
Guys,
fresh
Kevin
look
wants to
going
talk
on.
about a
Fresh pull
fucking
through.
golf bag over
Can
here.
I
Like,
talk about a dye your hair story?
Can we?
yeah, would you?
Oh, well, it's all about you, Kevin, today.
Oh, I love this Jill. I love this
salty
Jill.
Feisty.
Salty.
Is this about the fact that I
is like
didn't get a
every
chance
day,
to call
honestly.
you back yesterday?
I've seen this
What?
Jill in meetings. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
I don't
bring-
know why you guys keep inviting me to meetings.
You're in for a show, everyone. Get ready.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us about the golf bag.
Yeah. Is there a golf bag?
I want John to tell us about the golf bag because he's got to monitor this.
Okay, so here's the deal, chat. Listen up. This is all about you today. Kevin, can you show the golf bag for people
Absolutely.
who haven't seen it the past dozen times?
I want you to hold it the whole time.
The past 20 episodes that we've had
Okay,
it to
this is
give away.
a really
nice golf bag.
it's
Actually,
very
it
nice.
is.
It's
Yeah.
really nice.
Outside of you going around advertising Michelob
Yeah.
Ultra, it's
If it was-
it's actually a really nice bag.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, it's a great bag. I mean, it is a freaking billboard. But, like, if you can get over the fact you're carrying a billboard, this is a badass golf bag.
I was just telling John it's got the appropriate amount of spaces.
Dude, you could hide all kinds of shit in there.
It's a stand-up.
You could hide a full case of beer plus a lot of, like, stuff that you don't want to get caught with. You could just put all kinds of stuff in this bag.
Got a lot of room for your balls.
Lots of room. Very comfortable.
There's
And
your title.
here's
Lot of
how
room.
we're giving it away today. Here's how you win.
Okay.
Chat,
Uh-huh.
put in the title of today's episode. You pick it,
Oh, wow. That's
and
cool.
we are going to pick the best one. Now,
Okay.
you're going to have to probably listen to the whole show to get something good to go
like,
off of.
Like Jill just came up. A lot of room for your balls is definitely in the contention.
God, I hope
so
I win this
Jill
golf
wins.
bag.
Oh,
Jill, type it in.
Jill,
So chat,
Never
put in
golfed in my
chat.
life.
Put in chat the title of the
That'd
show.
be
You
funny.
could
Jill
win this
walks out
golf
with
bag
Jill,
today.
she's like, where did I get this fucking
Will I
we
win this
present it to
fucking
Jill at the
golf
end.
bag? I don't like beer. I don't like golf. But I got a
Jill's
bag.
driving home with a big ass bag in the
And
back
you
of
have
her
your
car.
hair dyed.
Kevin's getting lit up in chat right
I know.
now for cutting
Am I
Jill
really?
off, man.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Dude.
God, do people like me?
They love you. Said Jill is a superhero. There's
Yeah.
a title.
That was Steve.
Oh, okay. That was Steve.
Aw,
Doesn't go.
Steve
See,
is
you guys
my
get
favorite.
distracted by chat. I'm all in. Like
Yeah,
when
you
I'm
are.
on the show, like this is what we do in professional business. You know, like when you're in on the podcast, you're just all in. Like I don't get distracted easily.
Yeah.
In
Never.
the biz. In
Not
the biz.
you.
In the biz.
Not you. You're-
I know you
you're-
guys
Professional business with
Yeah.
the vagina
Wait, so
candle.
with the vagina. By the way, how come we're not lighting this?
can I mention?
Please.
Can I mention the hair dye story?
Yeah.
So I'm in court.
Uh-huh.
I'm at counsel table. I'm in front of the court, and the judge says,
Which judge?
I'm not going to mention. The judge says to me, you know, your hair looks great. Do you dye your hair?
There's like a whole bunch of people in court.
It was Lisa, wasn't it?
No, and there's some people in court. Do you dye your
Judge.
hair? Judge says, I dye my hair. Do you dye your hair? I said, no, Judge, I don't dye my hair, but thank you. I was like, what? I don't know if he didn't.
That made your day, didn't it?
It was strange. I mean,
You
I
don't
guess
have a lot of
it
gray.
was.
You and I both like. I'm not gray either. I'm not very
I
great.
mean, I
guess
just
am
thought
sort
that
of great.
people thought I did because, I had to say no or something. You know,
I don't
like,
ever dye my hair ever.
I don't either.
Yeah, I'm not planning on it.
I'm not either.
I know.
When it comes,
I
it
like
comes.
I like my hair.
The gray comes. Yeah.
I look good for
little
my
salt
age.
and pepper.
Little salt
Sure.
and pepper.
Here
You
for
know,
it.
I
Doesn't
heard.
hurt anybody.
You like? Yeah,
I dig it.
Oh,
Already
Whoa!
trying to
Here
see
goes
him.
the date.
dude.
The
I
date
know.
is off and
This
running.
Marissa's
day's
gonna-
gonna be so good.
Marissa's gonna start getting nervous. She's like driving back from French Lake.
She's
This is
not-
getting
She's
kind
not
of
even.
weird.
Not
She's like, this is
listening to
great.
us.
Yeah, right. She's listening. This is getting weird, man.
John-
There is a sexual tension in here right now.
John, when that golf bag gets given away to Jill, we're out. You and I are out, man.
Totally.
You can't take me golfing on the first day.
Like
With
Jill
your
doesn't
Michelob
like
Ultra
golfing.
golf bag.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Jill, this is great. I'm out there like playing 2 balls. She's just sitting
Jill,
there
give me
bored.
my 3-wood.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, there's your other title.
Wouldn't it great?
Kevin's in for this bag too.
Oh,
We are literally getting shit on where we live by Canada. I'm not even kidding. Like, if you look at a map, like one of those ozone maps, what's the matter?
I mean,
another great
it's not
title.
Segue.
literally.
we're getting shit on by Canada.
We are
Another
literally
great
getting
title.
shit on by Canada. Yeah, like if you look at the weather maps, the smoke from Canada is coming and it parks right over the Chicagoland area. Basically,
What is
Michigan-
AQI? Is it air quality index?
yeah, that's been a big thing ever since global warming and all that.
All right.
Usually that number, which is 171 where we live right now, usually that number is like in the 70s.
You know,
where we
it's
live.
so funny. Yesterday, I was wondering why I had a warning, and that was it. It was because of the air quality from Canada.
It's so weird because people think it's overcast. Like you wake up today and you look outside, you're like, "Huh, I wonder if it's going to rain."
I
Dude,
did think that.
It would be a clean, clear day normal, but now it looks like it's going to rain because we got this freaking smoke because Canada can't take care of their goddamn backyard.
Look at that map.
Where are the fires, by the way, on this map? Does anyone
They're
know?
all over the hot spots. You see those like
Okay.
real like purple spots? They're there.
Why are we getting hit? Why
It's
not,
weird.
Like,
I know.
fucking
The
New
smoke-
Try
York?
the jet stream, John.
The smoke is going backwards.
Yeah.
It must be swirling, obviously, right? So it's swirling, and we're getting from like the northeast. We're getting smoke coming right here. Usually, the smoke goes right down to New York, which is what I prefer. Sorry, Grandma Kelly. Like I don't
Yeah,
like the
cancel
smoke.
the Yankees game.
It's like the smoke is literally parked right over the Chicagoland area.
That's no fun.
I mean, Michigan is getting killed in smoke. Wisconsin's getting killed in smoke, and I mean, and Illinois and Indiana are just annihilated in it. Ohio's catching part of it.
171.
It's literally like a blob
Whoa.
parked right over Chicagoland, and it sucks.
Canada, can you rake your forests,
Right?
please?
I know.
No.
I think Donald Trump. You better catch him quick because he's getting ready to go to prison. But like Donald Trump knows a lot about how to rake a forest. So
That's right. Just ask him.
right.
He's not wrong, though.
He is going to prison, dude. That guy's in big trouble. I'm saying this objectively. Like I don't, and I was gonna bring that tape on that came out last night on CNN. Did you? Oh.
Wait, there's a new video?
No, it's the video we've been reading about, but they have an actual transcript of the tape where he's actually talking to
The
two
reporters.
ladies. Oh my God, it's so brutal, dude. You can hear him like shuffling paper. He's like, here, like look at this plan. This was given to me by General Milley. It's about attacking Iran. This was prepared by General Milley. And how about this piece of paper right here?
Shuffling. That shuffling
It's like,
is great.
dude, it's
Do more
brutal.
shuffling. That is really good.
See,
That
it's
is
like
good shuffling.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
He's like, I have 200 boxes here. Let me
Yeah,
find
like,
the right
look,
one.
And this one over
Give
here,
me box
this is-
52. That has the Iran papers in it.
52.
These
of
are our nuclear
143.
secrets. It's like ridiculous, dude. This
That's-
guy is in so much trouble.
Tough.
I keep on wondering whether or not a jury of 12 will convict.
In Florida.
That's a legit question.
Yeah, I mean, I think, but the one thing I would say to you about practicing law for 30 years in juries is they really tend to take the job seriously. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, maybe
But
there have
Kevin-
been, but
This is Florida, Kevin.
I
You
agree.
can't find one person.
Well, I mean, you say that all the time, and yet,
I
when
know.
you're in that
But it's
jury
about Trump.
room,
It's about Trump, though, man.
I get it. Things
Trump
are
brings
different.
He brings out weird like reactions. And
I-
the true blue Trumpers are like true blue.
I agree.
He
and
could
maybe
shoot
they
somebody
can,
on Fifth Avenue,
and that's why you have voir dire, and that's why you choose a jury, and you have, challenges for cause.
right.
Kevin,
and
so,
so
like,
the-
can you just throw out when you get called for jury duty as a lawyer? Do you just get to throw out as many as you want? Or how does
No,
that
no.
work?
So the court agrees with the parties on how many challenges for cause you will get, and how many. You have unlimited challenges for cause, and you have preemptory challenges, which
Okay.
you have just like, I don't like the color of your hair. You're
Okay,
out.
slow down. Okay, so challenges for cause. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's say I'm in a jury pool and this is about Trump, and they ask me a question. I'm like, I'm a lifelong Democrat. Donald Trump is an evil person. I hate him. I'd love to serve on this jury.
You're out.
How does Kevin react?
So if I'm representing the government, I say to you, sir, you understand that you have a solemn duty to follow the law.
Of course.
Do you think you could put those feelings aside
Yes.
and follow the law?
No doubt about
and
it.
give and understand and allow the judge to give you the correct instructions, and you'll follow those instructions.
For sure.
All right. So even though you do not like Donald Trump and you believe he's evil incarnate, you believe you could be a good juror in this case.
For sure.
Okay. So then, like,
And then
so
I
that's
was thinking
called-
more from the other side, by the
right,
way.
but that's
right.
it. So that's the attempt of the government to rehabilitate that juror
Right.
because they want him.
I'm a serious American.
And then the Donald Trump defense lawyers will say, sir, you mentioned that you believe that my client is evil incarnate, correct?
Yeah, I did make that
Why?
statement.
And do you still believe that?
Because like
in your
I
heart?
study him, like everything he does is evil. He's an evil person. He divorces his wife. He's like, I think he's
He
a
thinks
thief.
you can rake forests.
Yeah,
He's
you-
dumb too. Like, I mean, there's everything about this guy. I hate him.
All right, and then the lawyers come up to the bench, and the judge says, "Do you have any challenges for cause?" And I say, "Yeah, the guy." And I'm Trump's lawyer said, "Yeah, the guy that
Says he's
says
evil.
evil incarnate." And then the government says, "Judge, I rehabilitated him. He said he could be a fair juror."
I could be a fair
And then
juror.
I'm kind of shortening the
Right.
argument, but then the judge says, you know what? I think you did rehabilitate him. We're going to keep him on.
Really?
And if you'd like to use one of your peremptories, I
Right.
mean, I'm joking.
Right,
I think the
right.
judge would kick him off
For
but,
cause, for
right?
cause.
But then if I'm just giving the whole thing, and then if he say, you know what? I think you rehabilitated him. I'm going to reject and overrule your challenge for cause. And then I'd say, man, I got 3 peremptory challenges left. If I want to just get rid of this guy, I better do it now. But who's coming up on the jury panel? You know, it's all a strategy on what's coming up, and you see.
Look at this.
the
It's like
jury.
law school.
Wow.
It's like law school.
That's
All right.
it. That's how it works.
That's how it works. So
We'll see
anyway,
what happens with the Trump jury.
I think Trump's in
Yeah.
trouble. I do.
You know,
Hey.
you guys are going to concerts tonight, and I'm sitting at home
Oh, John, you're going to Noel Gallagher tonight, right, John?
No, baby.
with the new band, right?
No.
No?
New band.
Oh, new album. I'm sorry.
New album.
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, new album.
Northerly Island.
Wow, I was
Oh,
just
that's
there.
a great
Splitting the
place to
show
see
with.
a show.
Yeah.
Did you like that, Joe? I liked it.
I like it. I sit in the back though in the grass.
Oh.
Away from everyone.
I didn't even know there was grass.
I didn't either.
I was in the pit.
Look at you guys with your expensive
I always think there's
tickets.
like
Wait, there's a
Come-
hill.
No, I
Isn't
was
it
in
a
the
lake?
pit.
Sit with the poor people.
I was in the pit. Thank you.
I always thought there's just like a bleacher, Joe,
Yeah,
like
it's
a
just-
grandstand.
and then the Lake
on
Michigan.
the sides. Unless they started. This was a while ago. I went there. I went to
Okay.
go see Dave Matthews years ago there.
Because now it's kind of an enclosed venue.
Right.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
You know what's the
different.
thing about that venue that sucks? Like, and I don't mind walking, but
The
it's a long
parking.
ass walk, man. The parking and the,
it's a huge
Dude,
walk.
It's a long walk
Huge
because it's
walk.
on. For those of you that know Chicago, it's on Meeks Field, and Meeks Field was an island, so you have to walk from Grant Park, presumably, to the island, and that's not a short distance.
Not a
like
short
it's
walk.
a mile and a half each way.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Right. Yeah, dude.
I wonder if I could bring
It's
my
a-
walker.
it's
You're
legit.
not parking. Yeah, John.
You have to borrow
John,
from
you know what?
Mom.
I wonder if you have a disabled plate you could get closer.
Oh, I
or
totally
something.
could.
Mom, can I borrow your walker and
your
disabled
handicap
plate?
Don't
sign.
forget to put the tennis balls
Mom,
on the bottom.
you'll
I've
have
got
to
a long walk.
You're gonna have to stay at home that night because you can't walk or park anywhere because I'm using that shit, Mom. So
Well, what are you doing tonight, Kevin? You're not joining Tom or I.
I
Tom's
know.
got a
what
concert.
the WTF, Kevin?
So I've got to leave at 3:45 a.m. to drive to Bloomington to get there by 8:30 for Charlie's new student orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
so
the problem?
I've got no.
He already got in trouble.
No, I'm like, I
All
just
right.
feel like better get a couple hours.
John, I have an outstanding grievance with Kevin, and you know what it's about, right?
Oh boy.
It's about San Francisco. We're gonna have to fucking get to the bottom.
I'm
of this.
not. I'm
Wait,
not,
is
I'm
this
not
not
out yet.
happening?
No, I'm not out yet. I need
Okay.
to talk to you about my schedule.
You're not out
Don't
yet.
look
This
at me.
is-
I don't know what you guys are talking
This
about.
is a fucking bad. Like I'm not out yet.
No,
just
no.
Give me time, and
I
I'll
just
be
want
out,
to. I just
right?
want to see if you can buy into my schedule, which is a tight one.
Dude, my
Yes.
schedule's easy.
Okay.
I'm
Then I think
free.
it's.
By the way, I lived in Northern California.
I know you did.
So like,
You don't care.
I love you
You're good.
guys, but I'm fucking bouncing as soon as that damn show's over.
Okay.
Are we doing this on the air?
Yes.
We're,
We're,
like, talking about
locking
our-
Kevin in on the
What
air.
is happening?
We're trying to hit
to
the
go
last
to the
Dead
last,
show
the last Dead show of the tour
in San Francisco. So
in
I just
San Francisco.
Wait, it's the last
yes,
show?
last
of-
show of the tour.
Oh, my
That's
Kevin,
Bob Weir's last
you're
concert.
in.
So I'm in. I just John. You and I have to get the red eye back.
Done.
Okay.
I'm
Easy.
staying.
I know you are.
Let's go.
All right, John. Done.
All right, we're in. Bye.
By the way, this will
Sorry.
be good Lockpod material, too.
Oh,
San
yeah.
Fran, remember, Fluoride had a lot
Yes,
of
we're
Yeah.
gonna
San
check it
Fran.
out.
But we're
So
not
we're gonna be
on,
up all night.
No, we're not gonna be on there anymore. Season ends by then.
Well, we
So
can
we'll have
find
it
out.
for season 10.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah,
like I'm not
true.
invited to
Jill,
this one.
you're
either.
more
Jill.
than you're more than welcome.
Oh no,
100%.
you are being forced to invite me because
No,
you announced this
not
on
true.
the
20
show.
No, 24-hour
you're more
trip.
than welcome to go. It's a quick
24-hour
one.
trip.
I'm staying, so like everybody else is gonna do a down and back. But
I literally wrote it in my diary. What do you? I think Jill would
You have
go
a
to
diary?
to San Fran. Yeah, I was
Do
right.
you
Like,
really?
I wonder if. No, I don't.
A journal. John's musing last night.
I wonder if Jill would go to San Fran.
Sounds like the start of a good poem.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jill would go to San Fran.
That's like a Jefferson Airplane song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear the beat in the background.
Yeah.
What show are you going to today?
Grateful Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Surprise.
Shock.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
Take a guess. Wild
I'm
guess.
pretty deep. I'm wearing my Dead shirt.
Dead and
too.
Company.
Like, Dead and Company. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, but Dead and Company plays at Indy tonight.
Oh, you have to
I
go.
am
Right?
so upset. It was on my calendar for months. And
Well, dude,
Charlie
believe
made me go.
Believe me, I understand family obligations with
Yeah.
dead show
yeah,
conflicts.
you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Have fun.
yeah, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night.
Will you be
We'll report
camping?
about it Tuesday.
Any camping?
Friday.
I'm
involved?
thinking about it.
Nice.
It depends on the situation of my driving ability when the
Okay.
show's over.
Be careful. Don't
Well,
do
like,
anything
what
What do
dumb.
you mean by that?
Oh, my God. Sleep in
Means
your
that-
car.
Huh?
You're tired.
Just
might
sleep
be
in your
tired.
car.
I know. I have to. I'm taking the Mustang, so that's not the most comfortable
No.
sleeping
No.
rig.
No.
But when I went to Cincinnati a couple weeks ago, and when I got done with the show, I felt perfect. I was like wired. I was drinking coffee all day,
Mhm.
and I freaking drove home from Cincinnati.
Wow.
After
That
the show,
night?
I'm telling you.
that night I got home at 1:30.
I've
That's
been in
way
that
better
situation.
than staying overnight and
I
getting up
know.
early.
I
You
know.
know, you know what though, Jill? When you
At night
think
when you're
that,
awake.
you think that, and then you hit the windmills,
Mhm.
and then you're like,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly
and you're
it.
like,
That's
oh
exactly
my
it.
god, I still got an hour and 10 minutes,
Dude, Kevin is exactly right. So it's like I go to bed early, guys. I'm a 10:30 p.m. sleeper. I'm asleep by 10:30. So it's like 1 in the morning, and I'm driving through the damn windmills, and I'm dead tired.
That's when it hits me.
Well, like, and then I'm looking at hotels, and I'm like, what a loser. I'm going to sleep in a
I'm gonna sleep
hotel
in
in like
Rensselaer.
Rensselaer. It's like an hour, not even an hour from home. That's
just
so weird.
Pull up at the
So
rest stop.
that's what
I was thinking
I
about
pull
doing
off
that
at
too.
2:30, the DeMott exit. I go to the little truck stop there, get a coffee, and hit it. That's my stop.
I'm always uncomfortable being surrounded by truckers. You know,
There's nobody there at that time.
You know what's going on in those trucks.
I need coffee
Trafficking?
too badly. I need
What's
to
that?
stop.
Trafficking?
There's a lot of bad stuff probably going on in those trucks.
Don't rip the truckers. They're listening.
I know.
Pro
Hey, we love
tip.
you, trucks. We love you, truckers.
Let's do some ads and come back and talk about like some festival stuff.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about the free ticket giveaway that we held. We're going to update people for the Stone Temple Pilots concert. We have the opener announced.
A good one too,
It's-
by the way.
It's a famous band from Chicago that's opening for Stone Temple Pilots. We're going to come back and tell you about that. Also, downtown Chicago's a racetrack. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And we got a little update on submarines. Not that it's not real deep. It's just about the issue. Like when wealthy people want to go places like in the bottom of the ocean, what's
What
our
to do?
obligation as a government? Do we have to go out there and save them? You know, because I'm of the opinion, fuck them, you know? Like, let 'em-
Oh, we're gonna get into this then.
Okay, and then we got some Mike Pence news. That's always good stuff.
Really interesting Mike Pence news.
How about this one?
Oh, boy.
New York wants to implement tolling for just driving on Manhattan.
We're gonna get into that too.
We're gonna get into
We're
that.
just fucked.
We got some good
Maybe
stuff
some
coming.
Representative Don Bacon if we get a chance. We'll
and we
see.
got a good show ahead of you. So
Keep thinking about by the way, keep thinking about the episode name, and you may win the golf bag.
yeah, man.
Put it in
Take this
chat.
damn golf bag off our hands.
Chad is
Kyle
weak
and John
today.
will be the ultimate arbiters.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna come back with the festival update. Let's go ahead and do some ads first, though. Thanks again to Powering America, to everybody from the Electrical Hall that helps sponsor LockPod every single season. We appreciate you, Powering America. I know it was Dodie Russell that brought it to us, but there's so many people involved in this organization. We just want to say thanks from LockPod for believing in us in season 1 when nobody knew what LockPod was. And here we are 9 seasons later, and so is Powering America along with us. We appreciate
Jacked.
you. Looking for a new career in 2023? Looking to earn a competitive wage while you gain valuable hands-on experience as an electrician? Did we mention employer-paid benefits, including health insurance, pensions, annuities? That's right. If you're interested in all these things, visit jacked697.org. That's JACT 697.org. Sponsoring by Powering America.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and outside patio. Their brewing equipment offers a unique backdrop for your private event like weddings, reunions, or corporate parties. Byway is conveniently located just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Come on by and enjoy Byway's award-winning beers and unbeatable menu, including the lobster roll, which is now standard on the menu. For more information, check out bywaybrewing.beer.
Cantrell and Cantrell Attorneys at Law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give us a call and schedule your consultation today with somebody who's in court and the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife Kristen make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in the Northwest Indiana and the Chicagoland markets for more than 54 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com, rogersroofing.com, or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com, 219-933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
Kuklakis Law. Are you facing legal challenges and you don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need representation buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Do you need help forming your business? Call Kuklakis Law. Did you get injured in a car crash or at your job? Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue is, call Kuklakis Law, 219-671-6347 for a free consultation. Hablamos Español. And thank you to our sponsors. I think I should maybe call Kuklakis Law and get some referral fees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if they're like, oh, yeah, I came to you because Lockpod.
Yeah.
Like, where's my referral?
I mean,
You know, it's
there's two
valid reason.
There's two attorneys in the room, my friend.
All right, well, where's your referral?
That's what I'm talking about.
Maybe we split the
Come on,
referral
Kuklakis Law. I mean, like each fee divided by 3.
Yeah,
That's cool.
You know,
What
I
if
like
they
it.
start getting more like, I don't know, forward with their ad script, and it's like next season, it's like
Be the
call
best.
Kuklakis Law, not Smith Sursick.
You're like
not Smith Sursick or Cantrell and Cantrell. They just go after all.
It's funny, dude.
the best litigator in Northwest Indiana. Kuklakis Law.
Kevin
We're
has
at the
to read
jail.
it.
We're at the
Kevin
jail.
has
More,
to read it. Right.
We're at the jail more than once a day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kevin's lying. He does dye his hair.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh boy.
All right, hey, we were teasing this last week, and I heard one of my normal critics was talking about this free ticket giveaway we held for the Lil Wayne concert, and my critic, who's just looking for a reason to shit on me every chance he gets, said that because we can't sell any tickets to the show, we gave away 1,000 free tickets, and I was like, wrong. We gave away 3,000 free tickets, buddy.
You dumb fuck.
You son of a gun. We gave away 3,000 free tickets because that's a deal we made with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne wanted a significant portion of the tickets for that show to be free. We said no problem. We started at 2,000 and we upped it to 3,000. And by the way, ticket sales are going very well. So let me tell you a secret. There's going to be 17,000 people in that park that night, which is not very crowded. Okay? We're going to sell every single ticket we could sell. We already gave out 3,000. So do simple math. 3,000 minus 17,000 leaves 14,000 left. Usually every show has at least 1,000 sponsor and VIPs, right, Kevin?
That's approximately, yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
so 3,000 free plus 1,000 sponsors is 4,000 out of 17,000. That leaves 13,000 tickets left, and we've sold 4 or 5 at this point.
More.
Okay.
So
Do the math.
moving,
Get your shit
moving
together,
along.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming.
You
It's gonna
sit
be
there
nice
and bitch.
weather.
Sit there and bitch. Sit there and complain. And what's going to happen is you're going to be standing outside when Lil Wayne's playing.
Looking
in Indiana.
in from the outside.
No,
I
you
guarantee-
won't, because we're clearing that street.
That's
That's
true.
right. That's
Good
right.
point.
So so what I'm saying is there's going to be 17,000 people in there that night. But
This is. Why don't you explain what happened? So, by the way, Mayor, of course, was there, and when John and I were there early, the line had already gotten pretty big, and I was like, man. And actually, Mayor, Tom texted me, hey, how's it going? I said, oh, there's about 100 and some people in line, and
Right.
then literally, I would say within 20 minutes, I went back outside, and I called Tom, and I was like, hey, are you on your way? He's like, yeah, I'm coming now. How's it looking? I said, Tom, there's like 600 people in line now.
yeah, it was like it went down the street of the Civic Center, went to the corner, and then went all the way down another street right by the Civic Center. There was
Past the football field.
right,
of
hundreds of
Hammond
people. And
Central.
it's hard for us to explain to you because you can't picture what we're talking about. There's 500 people in line. And
That stretches more like over 1.5 city blocks, I would
Right.
call it.
so I went out and worked the line. This is the video John's playing now. I literally talked to almost every person in line.
It was great.
And these people, this is the front. They were here at what? 2 in the morning. The
Well,
first people were here at 2 in the morning.
They were
right?
there. No, they were the earliest were there at like 4. They
Yeah,
said,
4.
right?
Oh, I thought they
Yeah.
said 2.
No,
No.
it was like 4. And then a lot of people got there at 6, 7, 8, stuff like that. And 9 o'clock, it started moving the line. But I just literally worked the line. I was talking to people. I was saying a lot of the same things over and over
From
again.
back to front, though. I
Yeah.
saw you way in the back, and then
There you go. You're going to win this golf bag, Kevin.
From back to front.
From back to front.
Whoops.
Kevin's trying to win it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give people, fodder so they can pick up on it and put it in chat.
But
I
yeah.
love that. Look at all the fold-up
Everybody-
chairs.
That lady right there. I
Yeah.
remember talking to her because I was like, "Hey, ma'am, how's it going?" She said, "I don't know about you. I'm fucked up from last night still." I was like, "It's cool. It's cool." She just like got wasted and went right into line
Good
for Lil
for her.
Wayne. Yeah.
I love
Sobering
how
up
it
in
was
line.
we were like lineup is at 6 and people are getting there at 4.
Listen.
And I
Fuck
talked to the
you.
police. I talked to the police officers, and when they told them the lineup doesn't start till 6, you got to wait back here. People did. Everyone is. That's what I loved about it. It was such a party. It was like not a party, but it was a very happy
Yeah.
atmosphere. And people. I know Scott Rakos. He came in and got his 2 free tickets, Councilman Scott. And he said he purposely went to the back of the line when he got there, and he could not believe how efficient it was. So I know you gave kudos to everybody that was volunteering and working that morning, but John, right? Kudos to Eileen, you and the IT department.
Yeah, Ray.
Ray and his program that he set up where if you tried to get 2 people in the same address, it worked every time. It was probably like 25 people, 40 people, I
No
think
shit.
he said.
They were trying to.
Well, not necessarily, some were like mistakes. I saw like dads come in and like, oh no, your son was already here. Oh, good, like that. But some were, testing the system
Testing us.
out. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
so
yeah.
whereas like I think Rako said this, like Ticketmaster just crumbles, right? It's just we knocked it out of the park better than Ticketmaster.
It was like right, John, from the IT perspective.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was great.
It was amazing.
So,
But Jill, it's funny. You were talking earlier about Northerly Island. I think we need to start looking for this concept that we're doing where the Saturday night's a concert and we're going to give out a certain percentage of free tickets to the concert. I think we could grab almost any artist that plays at Northerly Island to play at our fest.
Noel Gallagher and
I'm-
Garbage.
Oh, Billy Strings.
I'm telling you, I think we literally look at their play, who they had come visit them this year, and we make an offer on one of them for next year. We'll get them to play under this scenario because we're bigger than Northerly.
That's what I was going to say about Northerly. To me, I see it as like a under 10,000 stadium. I would say
Right.
probably, I don't know how
We're
much
twice
they can
as
put in
big.
the pit.
We're twice as big.
When
as
they
them.
have the pit set up,
Right.
maybe it's right
But
around 10.
But think about it. So we're twice as big as them, and my Billy Strings ticket was like $100. And Billy Strings is not an expensive act. He's
Right.
probably, I think we estimated he made $250,000 that night.
Wow.
And I mean, that sounds like a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. I get it. But when you're used to dealing with these artists, it's really normal.
Kind of, yeah, on the high end. Right, yeah.
It's
yeah,
a
but-
high normal.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like we've done this before. We've
Sure.
spent that kind of money before on an act. And if we could spend that kind of money and get an act like Billy Strings to play the fest, we'll bring people from Kentucky. We'll bring people from Wisconsin to drive to Hammond to see that concert.
Well, and I think that goes to your point. I mean, early on in the fest and throughout the fest, you said, look, one of the goals here, folks, is to make sure that Hammond's on the map and that people come to Hammond and see what a great place it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you've accomplished, I mean, think about the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe we're at 1 million already, people that have come over the
we
last
are.
20 years.
we are 100,000 a
Yeah,
year.
sure. Right, exactly. Good point.
100,000 a year.
Yeah, we're way
Right.
over 1 million.
Right.
So that have come and been able to see Hammond, see what a great
That's what we
deal
estimate.
the
guys,
pavilion
but
is. And
we estimate 100,000 people walk through the park every festival. 20,000 a night, basically.
So I love it, John. I mean, you and I, we were out working the surveys a little bit. We see people that are in from out of town, and I love hearing them say, like, this is awesome. This place is great. And it's just a really good feeling about your hometown. Like, oh, my God, they're coming to Hammond, and they love it, and they're going to have a good feeling when they leave.
There's a lot going on right now locally. Town of Griffith is under fire. I don't know if you paid attention to this, Jill, but Town of Griffith's under fire for their Rock and Rail Fest and their Blues Fest and all the fests and they do a lot of fests in Griffith. And when they do fests in Griffith, they shut down downtown and they hold the fest on the streets. And I'm sure it impacts the businesses. And so they did a real big expose over the weekend.
They're really nice,
One
by
of
the
the
way.
local papers. What's that?
I think the Fest in Griffith are
Right.
great.
I do too.
Yeah.
How, and I know the leadership of Griffith. One of them's a Hammond guy. He's a councilman there now, but he grew up in Hammond. Is Hobson, and then the other one's Rick Rifa, who's the town president, basically the de facto mayor. They hold these festivals so often. Now the local media is starting to say, "Well, are you winning? Are you gaining or losing money? Is this profitable, or are we losing money?" So Griffith is trying to be sensitive with this info. They don't want their info about how much they're spending on bands and stuff to get out, right? So they're literally doing profit loss statements in the front page of the newspaper, like, oh, look at Griffith lost this much in 2019 and they lost this much in 2021, and it's like, that's not the purpose of a fest, in my opinion. I don't want to make a profit at the Festival of Lakes. I want to break even. That's my goal. And quite frankly, we usually come pretty close to zero every year. All right, but it's interesting when you start getting the local media and they're trying to make a town look bad because the town wants to put on a quality of life issue, like the Rock and Rail Festival or Blues Fest. There's a lot of people that appreciate that in Griffith.
And a lot of people appreciate it in the region. I think, it's one of the things, that government, has to kind of handle and deal with, is that they have to weigh the like we just talked about, bringing people to Hammond, which, you struggle saying, like, look, we're an urban community, we're near Chicago. People have this idea that, it must be a dangerous, bad place. And so one of your challenges as mayor is to show people that Hammond's great and come on out and have a good time and bring your family.
If we can bring 100,000 people to our city, and if it does cost us, like, we start doing it like per head. So let's say I lost $100,000 at the festival, okay? And 100,000 people visited my city. So, like, 100,000 is a big number. I get it. But if you're like 100,000 people came to our park, $1 person, is it worth $1 a person?
Spent money in your city.
Right.
Went to dinner.
Stayed
at a hotel.
Right? Stayed at a hotel.
So there's all kinds of, like, other, like, kind of a pertinent cost, or not cost, but expenses that people make that end up helping your city. It's tourism dollars.
I'll eat it every time. I think the festival is important in Hammond, and I think festivals that Griffith put on are important as well.
Porter
and I
County,
think the
Valpo,
local media that's trying to make Griffith look bad in this case, they don't have to worry about tourism. They don't have to worry about bringing people to their city, and big numbers that people in Griffith are used to dealing with. A lot of the residents would be freaked out if they realized how much money Griffith spends. And I'm not just saying Griffith. We deal in large numbers. In Hammond, I've never dealt with numbers as big as the numbers we deal with on a daily basis in Hammond, because I never ran a city. Okay, but when when you're putting on festivals, when you're dealing with police and firemen, you're dealing with huge numbers. So when you put those numbers in a newspaper, it shocks people. I get it, but like the fact is, this is something Griffith deals with every day.
Well, and just think about Griffith. I mean, if you look at Griffith 20 years ago when you became mayor, Griffith was like a sleepy little town that really didn't have a great reputation. It was kind of like, middle class, lower middle class, small little homes and blah, blah, blah. And they've really reestablished themselves as it's like a community that people want to live in, desire to live in, have moved from Chicago down there. They have kind of a funky, real kind of feel to it. They have unbelievable fest down Broad Street. I mean, Lindsay and Brian live there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, so it's a great community, and I
don't know how we morphed onto Griffith from.
I don't either.
But yeah.
I mean, I've really been impressed with what Griffith has done over
Rick
the years.
Reif is a good dude too. We deal with him. I mean, he's a Republican, big Trumper actually, but like him and I get along.
We forgive
fine.
you, Rick.
No, but like, I mean, we got Vez in here too, but like,
we forgive you, John.
No, I mean, honestly, like, I think they do a good job. I think that these festivals are important. That's why we do them in Hammond. And quite frankly, if we lose a couple bucks doing it, I could live with that because I think it's important. And I think Griffith officials will tell you the same thing.
Stick to your guns, Rick.
So in this case, we gave away 2,600 free tickets. Jill, do you know?
Yes,
do not know.
It was 26, just under 2,600.
2,600 free tickets. I mean, 1,300 people showed up. It was a massive crowd.
It was fun. It was such a good, positive energy, by the way. So congrats to everybody that participated.
Hey, I want to talk about a band that we recently hired to open for Stone Temple Pilots. Stone Temple Pilots is a Friday night show at the Festival of Lakes. We hired a Chicago band to open for them. That band is
Local H.
Yeah.
I'm excited about them.
But you just don't get it. Keep
Yes.
it
You got that, John?
copacetic when you
do.
learn to accept it and not be blah, 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 blah. Right?
It's kind of a pleasure.
It's gonna be awesome.
Great song, man. That's at Metro.
1998.
Yeah, they've been around a bit. Yeah.
Nice.
That's going to be a good show.
So it's going to be a real good show. Funny little story tidbit is Tom and I actually saw them live before
Double doink.
at the Double Doink game.
Yep.
They were halftime at the Bears-Eagles playoff game.
I mean, that's a legit. Like, okay, so Stone Temple Pilots is much bigger band than Local H, right? And like, if you took Stone Temple Pilots at full throttle,
Yeah.
with the actual lead singer that passed away, unfortunately, versus Local H, Stone Temple Pilots is huge.
Yeah.
But the lead singer died. And Stone Temple Pilots is touring with their new lead singer, and they're doing very
Who's
well.
awesome, by the way.
Right, and they're doing very well, and I'm psyched because obviously the band continues. You know, you lose the lead singer, but the band continues, and this is the band
We've done that with Sublime.
with a new lead singer,
Example,
right?
yeah.
Right, and it's Sublime did very
Awesome
well with
with
us,
Rome,
right?
yeah.
But now, like, Local H is all intact. This is the legit Local H from Chicago.
I think they get a huge pull from Chicago.
Agree
Big
with
time.
you, Jill. I think this is huge for that night. So we got this awesome, legit, like intact band from Chicago, Local H, opening for Stone Temple Pilots, which is a huge act with a new lead singer, and I think that's a Grand Slam.
Yeah,
We
it's
did
gonna be
good.
great.
That was a great hit, man. That was a real good hit for us. I'm really excited.
Local
about that
H.
night. So Local H is there an opener for the opener that night, or is it just those two?
We're working on the opener.
Yeah. So we're gonna have 3 bands that night.
That's the goal.
That's awesome. Really happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when's the last time you've been to Chicago, Joe?
By the way, festivallakes.com for all your tickets.
It would have been when we went to see
VIP
Taylor Swift
experience
if you would have
passes.
said yes, by the way.
Oh, should have said that. That'd have given it away.
Bam.
That's what she was supposed to say.
Bam.
When I
Maybe
was
she
waiting
didn't
for you in the parking lot.
when you were her ride home.
Sleepy.
It's right home.
Zing.
It's been a minute.
So Marissa and I went the other day. I took her to dinner, and
You're cheating on me?
I'm sorry. Yeah,
What?
that's my legit. Marissa and I took the Mustang out. It was a beautiful day. We weren't covered in wildfire smoke that day.
Look
And
at
Marissa
that
and I
sky.
decided to like drive downtown, and I took Lakeshore Drive because if we're in a convertible, I want to drive on Lakeshore Drive.
Obviously.
And then we kicked off onto Columbus, and I wasn't even thinking about this is where the racetrack is going to be. And we're going down Columbus Drive, which is right in the middle of Grant Park. I know a lot of people that aren't from Chicago don't understand what I'm saying, but it's right by Buckingham Fountain. It's the middle of the city. It's like Grant Park in Chicago is like Central Park in New York. It's
Yeah,
the park.
if Lakeshore Drive is on the lake, which of course it is, and then Michigan Avenue is kind of where the Art Institute is, you're in between. You're in between.
Right. It's where the racetrack is. And as Marissa and I are driving down Columbus Drive, there's a racetrack wall built up on Columbus Drive that's brand new. Literally, it looks like I'm driving on the Indy 500 track. And we got a video of it right here.
NASCAR Chicago, they got the wall up.
So cool.
Wow.
Very cool.
We're riding on the track right now.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, lockpot on the scene.
You should have gone like 180 to like, you
I
know,
should've,
really like,
right?
hey, why are we going so
I had the
slow,
car that
Marissa?
could've-
Don't worry, there's a cage on either side. We can
Right.
just,
Yeah.
if we crash, we're fine.
But I took another video that shows like grandstands, like temporary grandstands. They built them up and they're going to tear them down. I was going to use that, except for I said the F word like 5 times in like 12 seconds. So
What a traffic disaster. Do not go to Chicago this weekend unless you're on the
Going tonight.
train.
Well,
No,
tonight
tonight's
you'll be
fine.
okay.
no,
Yeah.
tonight will be fine.
I'm saying if this weekend it is shut down.
Oh
Like-
my God, John,
yeah.
you're going right there too, huh?
Yeah.
So park over by Hilton Towers. That's what I did. Or-
Yeah, I
and
think
then,
that
and
or
then hoof it. Or,
John, last time we went, we parked by that bar, right? The trivia bar, and then we walked over. So.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a night that was.
Mm-hmm.
So what's Noel Gallagher play? Does he play Oasis songs?
Noel.
Yes.
Noel.
No.
It's only Noel in December.
first
Noel.
I've seen his set list. He's gonna play like half solo stuff and half Oasis.
All right.
Really?
So you're gonna get, Don't Look Back in Anger
And
Live
Garbage?
Forever.
I would be going for that.
Garbage and Metric is opening.
Wow.
Which
Oh, okay.
Metric's
Garbage?
awesome. Yeah, Garbage.
Like
Garbage?
them.
I don't know Metric. Garbage was
I
solid.
don't know metric
Yeah.
either.
But like, I'd be going like when I went to see Elvis Costello. I love Elvis Costello's hits, right?
Mhm.
But he also has a couple new albums that are trash. No offense, Elvis, right?
Yeah.
So like, I go to see him at Chicago Theater, and I'm telling you, I like probably 15 of his songs, and it's the songs everybody knows. Watching the Detectives and all this. And we go there, and he plays all of his fucking.
No
stuff.
Allison?
He does, but he makes you suffer. He does it like the end of the show. It's like, dude.
I like the Elvis Costello tour when he did the wheel and you spun the wheel and whatever it came on, he sang.
See, I can
was
hang with
cool.
that. I
That
can
was
hang with
great.
that, right?
That was a
I
good
mean,
tour.
by the way, when he played his hits, he was excellent. I loved it, but like, I don't. No offense, like
He's
I,
an artist, man.
I know, man, but I just hate it when the artists do that
You
shit.
got to give the people what they want.
Yeah. Agreed.
So,
he does eventually.
Roger Waters, I saw him last year. Same shit. Roger Waters. Why were people there, Roger? They're not there to hear your new shit. They're there to hear The Wall, old Pink Floyd, right? So we go there. He plays like 4 songs. Besides the fact
You
he's
loved
yelling
the
at
Roger
you.
Waters show when you
The
went to
first
wa-
one I went
oh,
was
first one,
life
okay.
changing.
There you
The
go.
second tour I went to see was completely annoying.
He gave you what you wanted on the first
He was
tour.
preaching. By the way, John, he's anti-Trump.
Oh yeah.
I'm
duh.
anti-Trump. I was sick and tired of his shit, and I'm
You're like,
on the same team.
I want Pink Floyd.
Shut the fuck up, Roger. Like, shut the fuck up and play,
I
right?
didn't come for a political debate.
Dude, he's like an angry old man, like screaming at the audience, annoying as hell, and he's playing his old shit. It's like, dude, man,
It's like my dad up there on stage screaming about Democrats.
yeah, right.
Oh.
Hey, by the way,
boy. You ready-
real
should we do
quickly,
some ads.
we 2 of our friends lost their parents recently.
Oh. I'm glad you
Well,
brought that up.
one parent, Dave Warple, who's the mailman, who's
Councilman.
councilman in Hammond. He's a dear friend to the show and to all of us in the studio. Lost his mom yesterday.
Condolences Councilman Dave.
who was suffering from Alzheimer's. And, condolences, Dave. We're thinking about you. And I'm not sure. I know another friend of the show, guy that's been with me from the day I started campaigning for mayor, Dave Ham. He's a dear friend. He's a county councilman. Dave Ham's mother is on her deathbed as well. It's just real sad times.
Keep them in your prayers for sure.
Yeah. So I'm sorry to Dave and Dave. Two good friends, by the way, and they're both losing their mothers within days of each other. It's very, very sad situation. So Dave and Dave, we're thinking about you.
How about we do some ads and come back, or you want to keep?
Yeah,
going?
sure. When we come back, we got Wealthy Adventurers. We're going to talk about who should save them, if we save them at all. God, dude, I had the perfect TikTok to close out the show today, and they took it off TikTok. It was so edgy. So I'm going to explain it to you.
Wow.
Okay, so the TikTok goes like that. Here, I'll say it when we come back.
All right.
I'm going to say it right
Save
before
it.
we do it because it fits right in with who should pay for these wealthy adventurers.
It's called a cliffhanger in the biz, Kev.
Thank you, Joe.
Ah,
See,
thank
Joe
you.
knows what's up in the
I was
biz.
going to call it the carrot and the stick, but
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Is that Kevin keeps on trying to get the show title coming out of his mouth? The carrot and the stick. Kevin wants that golf bag, ladies and gentlemen. So
How was pre-show last night, by the way?
it was shitty. I was horrible,
it wasn't my fault.
dude.
What
I was-
happened?
I'm usually pretty good in pre-show, right, Kev?
You're usually great in pre-show. You're usually driving the bus.
Yeah.
Last night I was the passenger, and then I left. I was just
I
like,
was like, man, just to go take a break. We'll
I did.
catch up later.
I was getting shit on the whole time here, and then I got in here and I was nothing. Because, like, honestly, during pre-show, you got to be ready to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I was not ready to be
Tom
funny.
wasn't in a funny mood. He wasn't in a shitty mood. He was just kind of like in a bummed out mood.
Yeah, yeah, I've got some stuff.
You got
going
over
on.
it though.
Yeah, Marissa's
All right,
out of town.
read it.
I'm not eating properly. And getting no loving.
Yeah. Oh.
Yikes.
I'm looking over Jill's
I know. I
wife.
see that.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Misprint Printing. Misprint specializes in delivering the highest quality science printing on time and under budget. Misprint's experience and technology allows them to offer custom, commercial, on-demand printing, science solutions, and goddamn Skippy. Rick Baltonsberger and his team have served.
That should be a show title. That's
Goddamn
up there.
Skippy.
What-
All right.
what?
Kevin really wants that golf bag.
Rick Baltonsberger and his team have served Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana markets for over 30 years. They have 2 convenient locations to serve you in Munster and in Hammond.
The Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located for decades right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. They specialize in a wide variety of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves over 1,000 people and businesses in all Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron, Ronnie, or Michael at 219-844-0103.
Tortillas Nueva Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nueva Leon's popular. It kills me that there is a missing apostrophe in this ad.
I
every week.
apologize.
Steve?
Popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
Shuffling of papers. The Bug Guy Pest Control. Warmer temperatures mean unwanted guests such as ants, spiders, wasps, mosquitoes, and more. Shut down their party before they get started. A comprehensive pest plan from the Bug Guy will help you enjoy the great outdoors as well as the indoors all summer long. To solve your pest problem or start a preventative plan, call the Bug Guy today and tell the pest he's on the way. Call Brian at 219-810-7481. That is the Bug Guy Pest Control.
Calumet Brewing, another sponsor from season 1 all the way through. So thank you, Calumet Brewing. Whether you're on the course or just whether you're on the golf course or just spending a day in the sun, Michelob Ultra with only 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a 4.2 ABV is the perfect beer for a summer day. Michelob Ultra brews a light lager that's worth every single sip. So no matter if you're kicking back after a long workout, a pickup game at the park, or just a day out on the fairways, you're sure to enjoy this great light beer. Don't just drink it, enjoy it. Enjoy the Ultra lifestyle with beers, and cheers responsibly.
And don't forget to name the episode so you can win the golf bag.
All right.
Chad is weak. Like, give us some
Hello,
good
Chad.
titles.
Okay.
Chat is weak right now.
Really? What's up,
No.
chat?
Give us show titles, y'all.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I saw this TikTok the other day, and TikTok is like policing the content. So check this out. So
Interesting.
there's a TikTok the other day about there's 2 guys talking to each other. One guy goes, "Oh my goodness, I just read a story about this submarine that was going down to explore the Titanic, and it lost communication with the mothership, and it could be sitting in the bottom of the ocean with only 4 hours of air or 4 days of air left. And it goes to the other person. He's like, oh my God, that's terrible. They're going to suffer so bad. Goes back to the first guy, and he's like, yeah, it is. And the second guy goes, wait a second. I heard that they're all billionaires. And the other guy goes, yeah, they're all billionaires. Fuck those guys. And the other guy goes, yeah, they're a bunch of dumbasses. And they just start ripping on them as soon as they hear they're billionaires, right?
Oh.
And it was so, like, exemplified what was going on in the country so much because there was no sympathy at all for these, these explorers.
There was.
It seemed like, but how about that? TikTok took it off.
Yeah.
Because I was going to use it to close the show today, and TikTok took it off.
Yikes.
Yeah, man, it was brutal. But it was accurate, in my opinion. A little too accurate. So accurate, they took it off of TikTok.
I do feel like the tone started to change in the country more towards what the hell were they thinking? These
Yeah,
rich
not
people.
necessarily about. Yeah, I guess. Do you think it was about their wealth, John, or just kind of like why do they make this decision?
Howard Stern was talking about it. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing if you're a billionaire going down in this sub? What's wrong with you?
Don't you know better?
Yeah.
By the way, it was interesting that like when they were down, when we thought they were down there was people saying, there's a bunch of billionaires in a submarine that would give all of their wealth to trade places with you right now.
True.
It's funny. You don't really think about how well we have it, but you're sitting here on dry land.
I think they would trade their place with somebody living in a tent.
Right. For all their money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though, but like think about this like existential thought. Like you paid $250,000 and your death was no pain,
Instantaneous.
no nothing. Like I would probably pay, like if
If
I
you're
mean
ready
you don't
to
plan
die.
on dying, right? I understand. But wow.
I wonder if they had any notice. Like, and if they did, it was
think so,
probably
man. It
a couple
seems like
seconds, maybe
no.
1 second of
They're
notice.
saying under. They're saying like milliseconds.
They're like,
Yeah.
the front window starts cracking, because I guarantee you that's where it was.
If it's,
We don't have windows in submarines.
they said something like it takes 100 milliseconds for you to experience pain, and this would have been over well in advance of that.
Right.
Yeah, something like that. Or in 30 milliseconds
Just like-
to perceive what's happening. And
Suddenly it's just lights out.
yeah, I
It's
think
just
it's
like
lights out.
It's
I mean,
like
not a bad way to go, right? But
No.
yeah.
it's like you're sitting on a nuclear bomb.
If we imploded right now, if Lockpot imploded right now, we wouldn't even know it.
No.
I feel like we imploded a while ago.
Yeah, right.
Ding, ding, ding.
This is what
Write that down, chat.
Have we jumped the shark yet?
Getting close.
a Navy doctor, check this out. A Navy doctor said, quote, "It would have been so sudden that they wouldn't even have known that there was a problem or
Right.
what happened to them. It's
That's
like
good news.
being here 1 minute and then the switch is turned off. You're alive 1 millisecond, then you're dead."
Yeah, the other thing I heard, I think, John, maybe you sent it around, was that your body temperature would have reached the temperature of the sun. before you-
that?
Oh, yeah.
As you
Inside.
implode. Yeah,
inside. the
inside.
sub. Right. Because of the pressure.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't realize that the pressure also
Yeah.
creates heat.
Well, I mean, yeah. So they're crispy.
Or just,
And then you wouldn't have felt it,
Gone.
though, because...
Just crispified
yeah, like
and buried.
Oh,
dust.
Like it's like the equivalent of a nuclear bomb. I mean, seriously.
Sure, right.
They're
That's
just
what it thought. That's what it made me think
crispified.
of.
How about this? So these people, they were going down on a sub like the Titan, and they had styrofoam cups, and they had part of their sub that was outside. So they put these styrofoam cups in an outside compartment that was subject to the pressure. And on the styrofoam cups, they all put their name, and they put like little drawings in like marker.
Mm-hmm.
And the styrofoam cups are normal size styrofoam cups, and they go down to the bottom. So all of them put like Tom McDermott and big smiley face. They all put their marks. They go down to the bottom of the ocean, and then when they come back up, the styrofoam cups are the exact same markings, everything you put on them, except for they're the size of a thimble.
Come on.
With the exact
Whoa.
same designs. It looks
Come
so cool.
on.
They were all like little thimbles.
We got to find that,
with the
John.
exact
What?
same. I should have saved it. I see all kinds of cool stuff on TikTok. I get a lot of our content off TikTok, guys.
Scary.
So like they were so cool though. They were like little thimble styrofoam cups with all the markings. Like
I got to see that.
it was really cool.
So they're like
Tom's-
shot glasses at this point?
What's that?
Yeah,
Shot glasses?
That's right.
It's your
Pull it up,
souvenir?
John. Go on TikTok and mine it, John. Just put in styrofoam cups and deep sea
Submarine.
submersible,
Yeah.
something like that.
All right.
You'll find it. But so the question came up in this article we have that we're talking about is when these explorers go out into the middle of the ocean, or these people go climbing Mount Everest, or hiking across a desert in 110-degree heat. There was two people that died yesterday in Texas. It was 119 degrees, and they got caught
Including
in the
young,
element.
including like a
Young
kid.
right?
Yeah.
14-year-old, by the way,
Yeah.
not that young.
Terrible.
So, like, who pays when because government costs money, guys. And if you get caught on Camelback and you can't get down, and you get scared, and you get saved by a helicopter, they tell you straight up they're going to charge you like $20,000 per helicopter ride.
Yeah,
And
there's a sign. We've seen them when we've gone hiking out there, and it does make you wake up a little bit. But
That's
in
it.
there. John found it. So if you watch the video, here it is. They all got shrunk down. Depth unknown, 1.6 miles. Oh, that's interesting. They
Those
even
are
have
styrofoam
different
cups.
depths.
How do I start this over?
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm just going to play it while you're talking.
Okay.
Yeah, so like they have a normal styrofoam cup there, and it shows what they did and the designs,
Wow.
and that's what they look like when they come out. The styrofoam cup gets shrunk down proportionally, and it keeps the design. So
That's
like
weird.
the design is so cool, and it just gets shrunk down, and it's still just as detailed as it was when it started.
But I think the debate is over, like you were saying, Tom, is like when it's called like a stupid hiker law and exists in some parts of Arizona. It's been debated in other areas. But the question is like, to me, I think it's just that's why the Coast Guard commented about this when they were asked. They're like, look, we don't put a price on human life. We just do our jobs, and they don't.
The
release
Coast
any
Guard is
costs.
responsible for everything within 12 miles, though, Kevin.
Well, in this
This
case,
was not within 12 miles of America.
they went out and did it.
But like, that's the thing.
As part of
that
their
costs
moral
millions
obligation.
of dollars. That cost. No, I tell you what, man. I think there's no moral obligation.
But where does it
outside-
stop then? Oh, well, maybe we're not going to send the police to your house.
If
because
it's a
gonna
freaking
cost too much
president or a
money.
U.S. senator, okay.
Well, that's bullshit, though. I mean,
Dude,
I think
if you
that-
go out
Kennedy
there, what
with
about
the
if you?
plane.
What's that?
They did it with Kennedy when his plane
they
went
should
missing.
have.
Where
Yeah,
was that?
And it,
Marcus
the,
Vineyard?
Junior talking?
Yeah, Junior.
Yeah,
JFK Junior.
I mean, JFK Jr.
And people said, why all that expense?
Who's making this
Was he within
decision?
12 miles? Was he within 12 miles?
Yeah, it
Yes.
was like the
Sure.
Hamptons,
Okay.
wasn't it?
But I'm
There
just
you go.
saying, like,
Did
you're like,
my-
oh, JFK Jr., yeah, we probably
But
should
my
go get
thumb
him.
rule works in that case because it's within 12 miles.
Okay, I'm just saying, okay, fine, I agree with that. I
Okay.
think that you should rescue everyone if you can try.
Within 12 miles of America.
I mean, I don't have a problem with what they did to try to rescue these
I do.
folks.
I
But
do.
it wasn't just that. They brought in a ship from France, like one of
Yeah.
the only ships in the world that had a crane that could go
Correct.
2 miles below.
Right.
the-
Correct.
So the whole world spent.
Right.
I can't imagine the sum of money
Right.
for this.
I have no problem with
because
that.
why didn't Ocean Gate put a freaking beacon
Where do you draw the
on
line,
there?
Kevin? What if it was off Cape Horn in
I
Africa?
think that's the problem when you draw the. Well, then it would be South Africa's problem. I don't think the Coast Guard should go to South Africa.
So it's the nearest Coast Guard is responsible for these billionaires?
In this case, Canada and the U.S. took the lead. Yes. I don't know. I mean, because my fear is like, okay, now we're starting to say like, oh, you're wealthy. Well, what's wealthy? Well, you have $500 in the bank. We're considering you wealthy. We're not going to go help you. And it's a slippery slope. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, then why don't we just get our money back then?
Well, so it's interesting. I was
From
reading
OceanGate?
the article, and they asked. Remember when this whole like Branson and Fawcett were hot air ballooning around in the '90s, and they actually asked, I think, Fawcett's widow for some money back, and she was like, "No, we're not giving you any money. I spent
Right.
$1 million of it myself." And then,
Right.
and I think Branson offered some money back at some point, and he's given to different charities. But I don't know. I mean. The only thing I would say, Tom, is like in Fawcett's case where he was like repetitively getting rescued, like his balloon.
How about this?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we're not going to keep
about this?
rescuing you.
How about this? I'm a hiker.
Okay.
I go up to the top of the mountains, and I start a campfire. I go to sleep, and I accidentally catch everything on fire. And I get the fuck out of there, and I'm saved, and I cause this huge forest fire.
I agree with that.
That like fucking annihilates houses and trees and all that. Am I responsible for that?
Yes.
Why? I'm just hiking.
D-
People have campfires.
It's a negligent act.
So going to the bottom of the damn ocean is not a negligent act?
In a submarine with no like emergency
With a
beacon.
With a window.
window.
With a window.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If it's
love-
not,
joystick.
I love perplexity.
I don't know if
Kevin.
it's negligent on behalf of the
Wow.
passengers. It might be negligent on behalf of Ocean Gate. So if anybody's going to pay for it, it should be the company, not the
They
billionaire's
closed their
family.
office indefinitely. I don't know if you read
I saw that. I
Yeah.
did.
They're out.
We're closed.
See ya.
So, Tom, if we're going to go with that standard, I would say it's the company, not necessarily
Okay,
the
so the company
passengers.
should be liable.
Sure, I would go
Okay.
with that route.
All right.
Yeah, I can go. I can
We're
live
starting to
with
make
that.
some progress here.
I can live with that.
This is how Congress should work. Right?
Yeah,
This
but
is
we
how
get-
Congress.
we get
Unfortunately,
along a lot, so.
unfortunately, Congress doesn't work this
It
way.
does not.
Congress is like, wait a second, you're not on my team.
Well, it's
Go
like I
screw
don't care what
yourself.
you're saying. It's not a good argument,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you
You could
the
tell me something
credit,
that totally makes sense, but you're on the other team.
so I'm just going to
Screw
reject
you, buddy.
it. Yeah, see,
Right.
but I listen.
That's
to
how
you.
Congress works.
This is how it works. I listen to Tom.
Look at that.
and I start thinking.
I like
This was
it.
fun watching you two like try and
Figure this out.
get each other into a corner to like be stumped.
I totally stumped him, dude.
You stumped me, but I
Round
said,
one,
no, it
Tom.
It was more like, okay, I can live with screwing the company.
Yeah,
I
with
just
the
don't want to.
company.
I just don't want to not save the people. I
Agree.
guess that's right.
So, like, stupid hiker law says this: when you're hiking on Camelback and other similarly tough hikes, if you get stuck and you need to be rescued, we're not going to come up there and get you. We're sending a helicopter, and it costs you 20 G's.
Yeah,
and
now,
they're straight
see,
up with it.
So that's different, right? Because we're on notice. We've both seen it, and you're kind of like, do I have enough water? What's the temperature
Right.
today? What time is it?
And
You
by
start
the way,
thinking
there's
about
always
it.
somebody there talking to you too.
Yeah, the ranger.
You have to walk by the ranger, and he's always like, "You got enough water?"
Yep.
They're like that at Camelback because they don't want you to get stuck.
Well, and they've seen it enough where they're
Dude,
like,
people
these
die on
dummies.
that. People die on that hike.
Sure.
all the time. There was a young lady just last season that died. Her asshole boyfriend left her because he wanted to get up to the top. What a dick, man!
I didn't hear that
Remember
story.
that? It was a blind date. She came in from New York. He was a local.
Blind date? What?
Yeah, man.
Like an
Red
online.
flag.
Online.
Red
First thing we're gonna
flag.
do:
Yeah,
climb a mountain.
She's from New York. She flies
What?
there. She flies to Arizona to see this guy on a date.
Jill, do not. If Tom says we're going to go hiking, do
Yep.
not make that your first date.
So she flies into Arizona, and he's like, "Let's go on Camelback." And she's an adventurous young lady. So
Sure.
she's like, "Let's go." But he's a local. He knows, and it was one of those days. It's like 110. She gets up like halfway and realizes she's not going to make it, which happens, guys.
Sure.
In this,
And by the way, she's nervous on a blind date. She
this
wants to
fucking
do.
asshat. She flew across the country to see this.
She's
prick.
wearing heels,
Right,
you know?
yeah. So this asshat is like, okay, well, you just go down, and I'm going to go up to the top, and I'll meet you at the car, right?
man. That's
And
a red
she's-
flag.
So like this dick leaves her, and he's a local. He knows
Not
better.
a very nice date.
So he goes to the top, and he comes down, gets to the car. She's not there.
Oh no.
She like was overcame, and she fell off the trail, and like, fell down towards the houses and died.
Wow.
Yeah, man,
That's a terrible first date story.
that's a bad first date. Right? That's a bad first date.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel so bad
Please
for
tell.
her.
Did anything happen to that guy, or did he just?
He
go
was a
on
cop
living
too, by
his
the way.
life?
Is a cop?
Oh my!
Come on.
I'm
Police
not making
officers
this
know
up.
better.
I'm not making this up.
Police
You know,
officers are
fact check
generally
me.
like
I'm
they're-
waiting to be fact checked. Come on.
No, I didn't.
That was a
don't
pretty
doubt you.
detailed
Someone
story.
fact check Tom on this.
This was
I'm
on
not.
Lockpod. We did this on Lockpod. You asshole.
I
You
must
can't
not have been
talk about
there.
this.
We did
Lockpod.
not.
We did talk about
No,
this
we
on
didn't.
Lockpod. I'm pretty sure we did.
No.
All right.
No.
Season 2, episode 24.
Kevin, you gotta start. I'm. By the way,
He's gonna see. Oh, the glasses are on.
computerized.
That was a perfect chance for you to pull out your Pence
camel
pocket glasses,
back.
Tom.
Let's see.
You know what? You could have helped our
Camelback.
sponsor to be.
Camelback?
Right, John? He could have put out the key glasses.
Totally.
And it would have helped our sponsorship
Instead, he's got
potential.
these big
Oh.
regular
He could have pulled them
glasses.
out.
What? Like, are we
That was a
sending that to them?
perfect. Well, Steve hasn't even given away a golf bag yet. I mean, do you really think he's on
Season
top of the
3,
glasses?
episode 14. Okay.
Oh, there
No,
it
that's
is.
when you talked about your
NBC
hike. You did
News.
not talk about the.
Wow, look at this.
There it is.
What's it say? Read it.
Death of woman found after hiking date with Phoenix officer ruled an accident. It was 2021
Okay.
in
Well,
August.
we did it. We did
no,
it on
we were
Lockpod.
off.
We weren't computerized by then,
Oh,
unfortunately.
all right.
Season 3, episode 14 was me talking about
Wow.
Wait, wasn't it during? Was that during COVID?
No.
When was
it. No,
COVID
it was,
at
a year.
this
It was
point?
2020.
2020.
It was just the 1 year.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
there
was
was,
into
probably, there were still
2021.
people wearing masks and stuff by then.
Yeah.
The officer
Yeah.
told authorities
See?
they began their hike. Neither of them had
104.
any water.
Oh, come
What is going on
on.
here? What is wrong with you people?
And you
man?
start at 10. You're going to be there in the middle. Like when we do it, like we're pretty good about getting out early.
Oh, no, yeah.
8 a.m. on the
Okay,
trail.
So he says the blind date told him go to the top so you can take pictures.
well, of course
so
she's
she could
gonna
share them
say
on
that.
social media.
Of course she's gonna say that.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, I'm going down with you. This is dumb. This is crazy. Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
First time there.
Look at this. No traumatic injuries were found during the investigation so they were maybe checking for murder.
Yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
I think it was an accident, but it was really dumb by him, I think. Oh,
By the way,
geez.
I
She
wanna-
posted everything. Thousands of photos per day. What?
Red flag.
What the?
So
Yeah,
many
dude.
red flags.
Thousands
hell?
of photos.
And
I
she was
think.
always in the picture, and there's not one picture of her going up the mountain,
That was
or
the
even
mom.
in Arizona. None of it makes sense. Gotcha.
Oh.
By the way, I want to point something out. I quoted this off the top of my head, and it matched in every detail to the.
Yeah,
did you
that's
notice that?
Impressive.
That's true.
That is
Very impressive. I mean, it's
know.
only 104
We did that
out of
on-
110.
We
but-
did it on Lockpod, by the way. I just can't prove it because it wasn't computerized by then. So
Tom's pissed.
Someone
Wait, what did he say
can
the
go
other day?
back through all the episodes and find it.
Computerizing?
You get the golf bag.
thank you. It is. It's on one of the. It's,
John, what was the word Tom used the other
Computerized.
day?
Computerized.
Computerizing. Yeah, computerized.
Hey Kev, you
Yes,
had a
sir.
story about Mike Pence we wanted to hit.
Oh yeah. I know we're getting late. This was
No,
interesting.
we're gonna push. We'll push the congestion traffic
Yep.
to the next.
And-
it's a good one, by the way. We'll do it proper next show.
So this is interesting, right? You know, everybody in this room grew up with Mike. Not grew up, but experienced Mike Pence as governor.
Experience.
And I can't say that at least in this part of on the table it was a very positive experience.
Dude, he was the worst governor I've ever had.
Yeah, he was something, and he kind of just really polarized the state by taking social issues on and making them more important than like the business of the state, which is of course something that he should be focused on. And he did this thing called RFRA, Religious Freedom Restoration Act, in 2015 that made huge headlines. He got
marriage illegal.
He got raked over the coals by George Stephanopoulos on a Sunday morning show.
It was brutal.
He was going to lose his election, and it was all about making sure that like the baker can choose to not,
oh, that's right.
Right. Like, well,
Oh,
that was the
you could-
Colorado
everything.
case.
You
You could
you could
refuse.
discriminate.
You could discriminate, and like a lot of
You could discriminate. Private businesses, under his law, private businesses would be able to discriminate against same-sex couples.
sure, if they didn't want to. right, if they-
LGBTQ couples, LGBTQ in particular. Like if you're a gay man, gay woman, you come in to a baker and you want a cake done, he's like,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also, if you
Supreme
were
Court
like a
said you could do
Christian,
that,
you
right?
could
Or
have
a
been
Christian,
discriminated
yeah.
against.
If you
Or
were
a Muslim.
we're all talking
Sure.
over top of each other.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but you're right, John.
Now no one's talking.
Now everyone's quiet.
I know.
So
Go
yeah,
ahead,
that's
Tom.
the idea.
No, I'm not. I wasn't. I was just pointing out we're all talking over the top of
So,
each
but
other.
the point is that became a big deal. A lot of LGBTQ groups protested. A lot of businesses said they were going to pull out of Indiana. There were conventions that didn't come to Indiana.
It was
I think
unbelievable.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
He was going to lose in 2016 in his reelect for governor, and I don't think any governor in Indiana's history that ever ran for reelection would have ever lost. Actually, never mind.
He
Joe-
would have.
Joe Kernan,
He would have lost.
but he would have lost. And then Donald Trump saved his
Rescued
life.
him
Saved
by a
his career.
helicopter to New York. But the weird thing is,
Jill, did you have something?
Nope.
Oh, I thought you looked like you were getting ready to spit something out there.
Nope.
Okay, my bad.
there's a show title. So
So fast forward.
No comment.
yeah, fast forward. So I guess the point of that, John, is we have an ultra-conservative governor, and he was very conservative on social issues.
But Kevin, we've had conservative governors. Mitch Daniels is a super conservative governor, but Mitch Daniels was smart because he didn't take on social issues. He ran the state like a
Agree.
business.
Yep.
He didn't get involved in gay marriage. He didn't get involved in discrimination. He stayed away from those issues. He left it to
Very
Mike.
conservative fiscal.
Mitch, I didn't like a lot of the stuff he did, but I respected him greatly as a financial person. He ran the state financially well, and quite frankly, looking back on it, he did a really good job as governor. When Mike Pence was governor of Indiana, even Republicans hated him, guys. This guy would be a horrible United States president. He would be a horrible president. He couldn't run Indiana the right way. Like, he is not going to bring America together.
So that's what kind of riled me up a little bit, because I heard this quote, and John, thanks for the video. It was on a kind of a far right, I don't know if it was a religious program, it was a podcast, a guy named Peterson, and this is what Mike Pence says about transgender.
To prohibit gender transition, chemical or surgical treatment for children under the age of 18. I'd look at, I'm libertarian enough to say if you're an adult, you live while you live. I may not agree with decisions you make, but we'll love you and love our neighbor as ourselves, as my faith requires, right? But
Wow.
So he's basically like, hey, if you're an adult and you want to transition, have at it. And that is just so
180.
anathema to what he believed is, I think, what he would have said as governor.
He was just plain supportive of discrimination in 2015. 2015 is what, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
In 2015, he passed a law that discriminated and said you have the right to discriminate. That's like, and 8 years later, he suddenly says, hey, if you want to change sex and go through, sex changes, I'm cool with that.
So I
Love your
guess,
neiber.
And he's
Gotta get those
always
votes.
been a big.
Gotta get those
But the
votes.
weird thing is,
But
he's always been a darling of the evangelicals.
But to what Jill just said, got to get those votes.
But what
Like, is he
votes?
getting, exactly. Who's he trying to give? Democrats?
John, analyze this. Like, how is this comment helping him in Republican primaries?
I think there's numbers showing that the Republican Party is more tolerant of same-sex everything.
Well,
I do.
like, of course. Like, I get, like, gay marriage, all that. I totally agree. I'm wondering, to me, it seems like he's going way further to the left than gay marriage. And this is a guy that was strongly opposed to gay marriage. Now, all of a sudden, he's, like, passing gay marriage to the left, and he's saying, hey, if you want to go through surgical procedures and change your sex, love your neighbor.
It's amazing. And Tom, that point exactly, like, political career be damned. I always felt Mike Pence led with some kind of conviction.
Okay, John.
And I'm not saying it's
John, I agree
Yeah.
with you.
Right.
And all of a sudden now, that's
Talk
out the
about
window.
in his office, right?
Yeah.
Like when we would go to the governor's office and meet with Mike Pence as governor, he would start off the meeting with a prayer.
Wow.
And, like, he would say a lot when you had legitimate issues. He'd be like, Let me pray about that, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah,
and
so-
I thought it was. I've never heard that in government up until I worked with Mike, and I'm not. I think he actually. I'm not. He's
a man of
sincere-
conviction. I
he's very
was sincere about it, right?
Very
Yeah.
sincere.
I
about
agree
it.
with that.
I'm not. I'm
Agree or
not
disagree
denying
with
that.
it.
God bless him, man.
Yeah.
I, as a person, without politics involved, I would like to know him, and I think we'd get along fine. As a person, with all of our politics just taken out of the equation, he seems like a very nice person.
And-
Been married to the same lady for freaking 40 years, like
A
lifelong
person of conviction, like John said.
For sure.
Whether you agree with
For
his
sure.
conviction or you
I
don't,
totally agree.
I felt, and by the way, and we've credited him here at Lockpod that he he kind of showed that person of
He did.
conviction when he stood up to Donald Trump.
He did.
And on January 6th and made sure the vote happened.
That's the only thing I've ever agreed
at
with him.
risk of his own life, by the way.
Right.
It appeared.
Agree.
So I'll always give Mike Pence credit for
So
that.
we're on the same page on that.
Yeah.
So
Jill,
what happened?
Jill, what's your opinion on this dude, Jill?
Fair enough.
So there was I saw an article by the Patriot Project, very far right, a lot of evangelical articles on it, and there was a guy named Mike Landry from the Western Journal, and he says, telling our neighbor, even if he or she is an adult, that it's okay to medically attempt to alter their genetic makeup is not an expression of God's love. And he goes on to say, so Mike Pence and the rest of us as Christian people need to keep in mind that we express no love for our neighbor by affirming his or her sin.
I mean, it's actually a good point in the sense that where are the conservatives left with conviction? You can say you disagree with all Mike Pence's feelings or not, but look at Todd Young. He gets reelected. He codifies gay marriage. Look at Pence. Now all of a sudden he's okay with sex change.
But I think Todd Young always felt like that. I think
agree.
I think
He
that's
held it
part
back.
of his. Yeah, I
He held
agree
it
with
back.
that.
I agree with Kevin, and I Todd and I the last time we spoke was about that issue. I congratulated him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he really felt that way.
I
He
agree
just
with
didn't
Kevin.
have the chance to put it out there until he felt he was comfortable.
Because if
doing
he
it.
puts it out there, then he opens the door.
But to me, John, this is like a 180 by Pence. If we agree we believe his conviction is, and so let me ask you, John, as a Republican, what's the strategy here? Do you think is it?
I think he is making this play because he thinks he might get votes. Because I think your typical Republican feeling is changing on same-sex marriage.
I thought like the field is so big, he's got to distinguish himself, and he's like, "Where's my lane? Where am I going to
know.
distinguish
I'm the-
myself?"
I'm
I think
more
he saw
moderate.
numbers and they said say this.
Yeah.
Personally,
Which is-
unfortunately.
yeah. So
I agree with you,
interesting.
man.
Very interesting.
I agree. Going back to what Jill said earlier, that I don't understand who he's trying to get the votes of.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's trying to win a primary right now. It seems like a ass backwards thing to say, to win a primary in the Republican Party right now.
He's not winning it.
Unless he's
not
thinking
getting it.
about November. Is he thinking about November already? He's like, I'm going to win this thing, and in November I need some of these Democrats to think about.
Maybe he thinks Trump's going to pick him up again as vice president. Well, wrap us up, Locomotive.
So we're going to save the congestion pricing, which is a great topic, but
Really
we don't
good.
want to cover it this late in the show. We'll do that at the start of next show. It's a great story about what's going on in New York. We'll have some more information. We're
and
ready
some
for it.
Ukraine news. I've got a little Ukraine
Awesome.
thing there too. So.
Awesome. And crazy shit over the weekend with the civil,
The Wagner Group.
Yeah.
We're looking into that a little bit too.
That's craziness, man. That
It
guy's
is.
dead, right?
I don't think he's dead.
No, he's going to Belarus, isn't he?
I think
On
that guy's
vacation.
dead.
Yeah.
All right.
Air quotes.
He'll be he'll be
Putin's gonna kill that
poisoned
guy. Putin's
sitting
gonna
on a
kill
bench.
that guy.
Yeah, maybe.
How could
Dude,
you
if
not?
you go after Putin, you can't miss. Like, you
No.
gotta go
Yeah,
after
you're
him.
either
So-
in or out.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
somebody said to me it's like basically like taking over CENTCOM in Tampa, Florida, and then taking your tanks and starting to drive to Washington.
Right. And
That's
making it to Virginia.
Making it to like North Carolina,
and
Virginia,
then,
right?
and then you stop and turn around.
and go to Cuba.
Right.
I love how initially people were like, "Yeah, someone's taking Putin down," and then they realize this guy's like 10 times
Oh, worse.
than
Oh,
Putin.
yeah.
Like,
I was
He
like,
is.
this isn't going to be a good
He
thing if
is
he wins.
crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's showing some weakness, though.
So anyway, thanks for coming on today. Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate you. Dave Vez, awesome show. Thank you again, Jill. It's great to see you. Kevin Smith. And then last show, we talked to you a little bit about how everybody trusts corporations. And, these people that fly into outer space and people that go on submersibles underwater. And there was a new ad that came out on TikTok that I thought was appropriate. It was a helicopter ride to Mars, now available for only $249,999.98. And they're going to show you a video of this rickety-ass helicopter that's going to take you to Mars. So if you're interested, we'll give you the link
Yeah.
after the show.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a joke, obviously, but we love you, Lock Potters. Appreciate you. We'll see you on Friday when we come back with another great show. And if you're interested in that helicopter ride to Mars, watch this video. Take care, everybody. Lockpods out.